Hey hoopsters, I'm Steve Carfino, and after 8 rounds of the Molten Waratah League, this here is the wrap. And after 8 rounds, we still have an undisputed, undefeated team, and they are the Norse Bears. And they held off the Newcastle Hunters, and they only shot 19 for 70 from the field. The Hunters did at 27%. And just 4 of 15 outside the three-point line. North's Jeremy Hill was top dog with 25 and 10. And the Bruins crushed Sutherland. Jason Kadee flirted with a triple-double, racking up 25.7 rebounds and 9 assists, while Alex Opacek did all the cleaning up with 22 points and wiping the glass for 16 rebounds. In the championship men's other matches, the Sydney Comets were able to bounce back after their loss to Norse last week to defeat Hills at home. Sam Hyman for the Comets was top for them in that one, while the high-scoring affair, the Spiders were able to get the 2 points against the Manly Seagulls. Now let's cross over to the championship women. Hornsby held off a late run by Manly in the fourth quarter, which included 5 threes from the Seagulls. But for the winning team, Jamie Kennedy was rock solid with 15 points and 11 rebounds. Newcastle pumped the Norse Bears on the rooftop in Crow's Nest. 28-point third quarter. That helped, as well as a balanced scoring attack from the Hunters to get the roadie. Allison Ebzery just 1 point shy of having 5 Newcastle players scoring in double figures. In remaining matches, the Sydney Comets were able to hold on comfortably to get the W against the Hills Hornets at home, as to the Sutherland Sharks over the Bankstown Bruins. In an action-packed weekend in Division I men's, beginning with the Wagga Heat and the Dubbo Rams. The Heat have been able to maintain their red-hot form, defeating the Rams at home, with the home side currently 5 from 6. Gage Day and Zach Maloney putting up big numbers for the Heat, while the Sydney Uni Lions are in hot pursuit of the latter leaders, the Canberra Gunners, after their win against the Norse Bears over the weekend. Nicholas Peters best on court with 22 points, 5 of those from outside the three-point line. In the weekend other matches, the Sutherland Sharks got it done over the Bankstown Bruins, and St. George got the road wins. As usual, the Youth Division Report is brought to you by BNSW Campus, and that starts off with the North Bears crushing the Newcastle Hunters on the rooftop in Crow's Nest. Norse broke the scoreboard against Newcastle. Brendan Rymar and Matthew McCullen combined for 66 points, which was more than enough to cover Newcastle's 51. In a great matchup between the Sydney Comets and Blacktown, after a slow first quarter, the Comets weathered the storm thanks to Adrian Cabrera's 30 and Will Pierce's 26 points at Alexandria Stadium. The rest of the weekend went a little something like this. The Penrith Panthers getting the W. Now crossing over to Division I Youth Women. Down at the Shark Tank, the Bankstown Bruins were able to get their mojo back after defeating the Sutherland Sharks. With both teams finishing on a draw after the first quarter, it was only going to end up a tight one. The Bruins getting the roadie. Tanja Tanevsky best on court with 20 points for the Bankstown side. The Manly Seagulls are able to go back-to-back this weekend after defeating one of the competition leaders away from home. The Seagulls winning 3 out of 4 quarters and getting a great start to the game, allowing the side to get the win. Despite the loss, Losalina Katia was best on court for the Spiders with 15 points. In remaining matches, the Norse Bears were able to hold tight at home, while Hills were able to pick up the roadie. Now in Division II Youth League Men's, a mid-season top-of-the-table clash saw the Central Coast Waves hit the road 2 weeks in a row, this time against the Penrith Panthers. The Waves jumped out to a great start. Although the Panthers were able to claw themselves back into contention, the Waves were able to get it done away from home, keeping a perfect 6 from 6. Marshall Ndebele for the Panthers was best on court with 21 points. While the Hawkesbury Jets, despite a tough loss last week, were able to bounce back and get it done at Sydney Uni. The Jets took flight early on, with Liam Moss proving again to be best on court with 22 points. For the home side, Oliver Turridgell was just shy on 21 points. In other matches, it was the away sides getting it done, with Hills, Manly, and St. George picking up the road wins. Thanks to our friends at mvponline.com.au, we get to point out the best performances in the Molten Waratah League for both men and women. Let's start off with championship men. Stephen White from the Manly Sea Eagles scored 19 points at 5 of 8 from the field and going 2 for 4 outside the three-point line and gobbled up 9 rebounds. In Youth League Division I men, it was BNSW's campus young gun Adrian Cabrera for the Sydney Comets scoring 30 points on the weekend. In the ladies, Taylor Mathers from the Sutherland Sharks with 12 points, but she pulled down 17 rebounds. In the youth women's, it was Bankstown Tanja Tanevsky with 20 points with her side getting the win on the weekend. Thanks to our good friends at MVP, your winners from round 7 in a tight one for the ladies, it was Isabel Palmer from the Hunters, and for the guys, Mitch Router from the Maitland Mustangs. Thanks to our winners, and that's it for the wrap, and I'll leave you with a little something like this. If your dreams don't scare you, then your dreams aren't big enough. See you next time.